Okay, so as a follow-up to our previous videos, so here we are going to discuss concept of multiplying factors. So what is this basically? So when we are looking at these percentages like 20%, as we discussed, this basically means 20 over 100. And when you simplify this further, so it becomes 1/5. So instead of doing this step, if you can directly remember that 20% is 1/5, it helps you in a lot of calculations. Okay. So this 20% is 1/5. So this 1/5 is the multiplying factor. So instead of doing 20%, just do 1 by 5 times. Say for example, you need 20% of 145. So instead of doing 20 upon 100 times 145, you just do 1/5 of 145 and that gives you 29. So that's the basic idea of the multiplying factor. So just like 20%, there are a lot of other important fractions whose values you should know. So like half means 50%, 1/3 means 33.33%, okay, 1/4 means 25%, and so on. Okay. So for example, another one, say 1/7 is 14.28%, and so on. So to know a full list, you can visit or join our classes and figure out what is the full list of these fractions and their equivalents. So now there is one more thing here. When we say that the percentage value increases by something, so there is a 20% increase. So we are supposed to do whatever the initial value is on which it is going to increase, this plus 20% of this initial value again. So now 20% is 1/5. So we are just going to do I by 5, and when you add them, I goes common, it's 1 plus 1 over 5, and therefore it becomes I times 6 over 5. So you should remember that 20% increase means the multiplying factor is 6 over 5. Just 20% means it is 1 over 5. And hence, if you had asked 20% decrease, then that would basically mean 1 minus 1 over 5. So that would be a multiplying factor of 4 over 5. So for every fraction, there are 3 such multiplying factors. The fraction itself, more than, and less than, decrease or increase. Okay. So let's take a question on this and see how we apply this. So this one says there are some red, blue and green balls. These red balls are 20% more. So 1/5 more than blue. So we straight away write red is 6 over 5 times blue. Done. The green are 14.28. Now this is 1/7. 1/7 less than blue. So we'll write the green is 1 minus 1/7. So that's 6/7 of blue. So we have got these two fractions. Now they are saying the green and blue together. So green and blue together is what percent of green and red together? If you recall our first video, this means this divided by green plus red and multiply that with 100. Now we can always substitute R and G in terms of B over here and simplify, or to make things much easier, write it as a fraction. R over B is 6 over 5. G over B is 6 over 7. Observe that blue in these two cases are different. Make them same by taking LCM. So multiply 7, 42, 35, multiply 5, 30, 35. Now use the values here. So green plus blue, so that's green plus blue, so that is 65. Green plus red, so 30 and red is 42, so that's 72 times 100. Now if you are aware of these, that's if this were 70, this would be very close to 90. 90% is 63. It's slightly more. So answer will be very close to 90 but slightly more. So just mark the first option. I hope this was clear. Thanks for watching.